marine life, it changes every time you go in. You know, you dive the same site day in, day out, and you'll find lots of shrimps one day and you don't see them the next. Then there are lots of little sea slugs and of one particular kind, and you think, oh, I've not seen these for a while, and you go in the next day and you can't find them, and there's something else. So there's this ongoing change, and the light changes, the natural light, the conditions of the sea, the visibility, the other marine life. So it every time is a new dive.
I think it's where you watch over animals and you protect them from any litter or anything which would happen to them.
There's probably as much diversity of marine life and interesting things to be found here than anywhere else in the world.
The BMR was set up partly to help relations between all the communities that are involved, divers, fishermen, locals, and it still has that functionality, but we're now as well an education facility in that we'll go into local schools, we'll teach them about biodiversity and marine life and try and get them to think about not throwing the sweet wrappers over the side.
To me, it's like an agreement we all have between all the boats. Like, the fishermen use traditional methods only, so they're not dragging any gear. The divers don't take anything out. It's a reserve, you know. We look after it for the future, really.
Berwickshire Marine Reserve is for everybody. Whether you enjoy a paddle in the sea, whether you like to go rock pooling, whether you want to go for a swim, but it's for everybody.
I didn't really appreciate this as much when I was younger. When I started, it used to take me ages to get into the water because you'd be standing there and you'd be like, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. But now we're just walking and going in. The sooner you get in, the sooner you'll get used to it, you know. It just makes you feel alive. It's refreshing. It's just, you're close to nature. I don't know, I just enjoy it.
When you're surfing out there, you want the water to be clean, no rubbish in it. It's nice to see the wildlife, the birds, the fish, stuff in there. It's just nice having a good, clean, safe environment to surf in. Don't get no better.
Sadly, the plastic that we find in the sand samples is just growing exponentially in the last couple of years. When people start to see these things and start to care, then there is a force that basically will change things in the world, you know. And I think St. Tabs is a prime example of that, what a lot of people, when they stand together, can achieve.
What the BMR team, past and present, have done an amazing job actually physically helping to keep the coastline there clean. They're wonderful champions for our beach watch projects. They not only clean up, they actually count the rubbish, and that gives us the evidence that we need to try and get the transformational changes that are so urgent.
Say the ocean is basically dying because of all the litter that's getting dumped in it and all the rubbish that's getting caught by animals. I would say that they would take care of the animals.
I think parents like to be able to show their children that conservation does happen, you know, that somebody does care. I suppose it's important for me because in taking out my passengers to show them around on this coastline, I like to be able to say to them that we are in this reserve and this is looking after this area. You know, we're not just all users, we're trying to put something in and trying to preserve at the same time.
I think anyone who comes and enjoys the BMR, even above the surface of the water or under it, just really appreciates it, and you just want to preserve this very special bubble of the world. And it makes you think about things that you can do to protect your environment once you experience this beautiful place.
Calling something something special makes people appreciate it. And I think that's what's so special about the BMR in terms of the idea of it. You know, this is a voluntary reserve. It's for the community. It's about the local community celebrating what they've got on the doorstep under the water, and all that has to be done responsibly. And if you didn't have the BMR, you wouldn't have that example. You wouldn't have the guidelines. You wouldn't have the inspiration there. And I think if that was to go, we'd lose something very, very special.